Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Sup, dickheads? Nah, I'm joking. How are we all doing, guys? We are back for the Late Late Show. It's already kicking off between me and someone. I'm sure you all know which one it's going to kick off between. It's certainly not Noodlehead. Anyway, Noodlehead, how are we doing, mate?
He knows his place.
I was doing good until Arteta started spiting up.
Oh,
I cannot believe he said that Pepper's a better manager than Sir Alex Ferguson.
Okay, shut up. I never said that.
Unbelievable. Yeah. I can't believe he came out with that.
This guy legit doesn't don't trust him, lads, regardless.
Yeah. Don't trust RJ with your cocaine either. He'll snort it. But how are we doing, RJ?
I'm grand. Just back from training, and just excited for this. To be fair, this is going to be a heated debate, but look, there's nothing personal. But like I said, we're gonna, it won't be, I am definitely going to end up calling RJ an idiot, and I'll apologize. I'll apologize now because it just saves time later. Yeah, I'll apologize if I do say it as well.
We're also joined by Lewis.
Apologizing now, then, RJ.
I did apologize. Jesus Christ.
We're also joined by Lewis. Lewis, I've actually just come off making your thumbnail, by the way. So,
okay.
How are we doing?
I'm doing good, thanks. Cheers for doing that.
Kenny is an Arsenal fan. Pass it on. Kenny is an Arsenal fan. Pass it on. Kenny is an Arsenal fan. Pass it on. Nice. Liam is fuming. Yeah. Kenny is an Arsenal fan. Pass it on. Nice. So Kenny is an Arsenal fan. I hope everyone just passes that along. So we've got 3 topics. There is actually now 3 topics because I'm about to shut half of these Harland loving, cocksucking wankers into next year. Because we're going to discuss three topics and pick our forward team of the week. So we're doing what are we doing? So we're doing Arteta. Should he go or should he be sacked? Should they sack him now? We're also going to be doing Mason Greenwood. Is he United's number 9 this year? I've also just realised I have my fittings are over here. That helps. And then what else are we doing? I completely forgot. And we're also talking Erling Harland and Greenwood. And do United really need Erling Harland? So RJ, I'll let you start off with Arteta though. Should he be sacked, or are you sort of enjoying what's going on at Arsenal?
I mean, looking at the lovely scenes at Arsenal, you do see kind of a shithole managed by a shit manager. But I mean, to be fair, the legendary Ian Wright did say that if Arteta was charged of United be winning the league at this rate. So I mean, you never know. I mean, you gotta believe in the you gotta trust in the process. I was gonna say believe, but it's trust the process. Arteta in all the way, 100% for Oliver. And I mean, look, if I was an Arsenal fan, obviously, I would really stopped watching football right now, and no one would actually blame them. I honestly would not blame you for not watching football.
I think Luke has joined a non-league side to get away from Arsenal.
I'm not surprised. I mean, to be fair, when United was fucking doing shit back then, I literally went to my local squad. So, yeah, I mean, I still support them to this day. So, yeah, like I said, but do I think that Arteta should be sacked? I don't know, because the thing is, you look at him, right? Does he bring in the youth and does he try to play good football? Yes. Is he surrounded with deadwood and the board are not doing anything to help him out? Yes. Right? He's brought in the likes of Smith Rowe. He's improved the players like what's his name? Like Saka, right? He's improved the two of them who arguably are Arsenal's best players, right? Look, if I was, I do think it's more of a board problem than than an Arteta problem in my opinion. I know obviously Arteta is not the way to go, obviously, but no manager can get the best out of those players.
They just splashed 50 million on Ben White and they're about to send Odegaard.
That's
they're about
yeah.
to also.
But how is that
Arteta's
fault? Like that just shows you how.
They're also about.
How's that not backing?
They're also about to get Aaron Ramsdale. They're also apparently Odegaard is rejoining Arsenal.
That's a good deal, though. So, Odegaard is a good player.
No, I would disagree because I think Odegaard was. I thought Odegaard was pretty poor at Arsenal. Maybe it's just Arteta.
I think he just didn't have enough time to get used to the Premier League because, like I said, he has played only in La Liga. He played with Real Sociedad and obviously Real Madrid for a short period of time.
He's just a rail merchant. He's just a rail merchant.
You can
only play for clubs called Rail.
They signed Partey last season. They had a better window than us last season.
I mean, Partey. I mean, he's really been injury prone. That's why you didn't see him against Brentford. He was injured.
You're saying that Arteta hasn't been backed when he has.
Well, I didn't say that. I'm just saying that fact is he's still surrounded with deadwood. That team is full of deadwood. Callum Chambers and fucking...
Xhaka played well during the Euros when he wasn't managed by Michael Arteta. He played well.
Yeah, because he was actually surrounded by talent. That's the thing. That Swiss team had talent.
No, he just managed
properly.
Yes, it
did.
He's a good player.
Well, yes, it did. It was managed properly. However, there was a good squad there.
Are you saying that there's no talent in that Arsenal squad?
There is talent, but like I said, there's so much deadwood that they can't get rid of right now. Aubameyang is deadwood. Aubameyang is deadwood. Yes, he is.
Arteta was begging to keep him, which that's Arteta.
I mean, if Arteta believes in him, he might. But
if I think about the deadwood at Arsenal, I think Aubameyang, I think Lacazette, I think Bellerin, I think Maitland-Niles, Callum Chambers.
What's that guy with the receding hairline again? What's his name?
Rob Holding. Well, apparently, some Arsenal fans say he's their best player, so we'll get into that. But no, look, for me, I do think Arteta. Boy should go. I don't see.
But for who?
I think he's. Well, I don't know, a clown. Because to be frankly honest, Arsenal is a circus, so you should probably employ a clown. It would stay on brand better, I think. But no, I do think Arteta should go. Maybe for someone more experienced. I think Arsenal should have sacked him last season and brought in Rafa. I think Rafa would have been perfect. A man who has dealt with Mike Ashley, so he's clearly dealt with one hand tied behind his back. Actually, Mike Ashley is more like two hands tied behind your back, with both your feet tied up, whilst an oncoming train is about to hit you. That's dealing with Mike Ashley. So he's gone through that. He's also a very good manager. He's won things. He's won Champions Leagues. He's got that experience at handling young players as well as experienced players. He's got that experience of handling the pressure of managing a fairly big club in Liverpool. So obviously he'll be able to manage the expectations at Arsenal. I think they made a mistake by keeping Arteta. I think Arteta is an inexperienced manager who I don't think
Arteta should never be there. There's so many better names out there when he was when they were.
Yeah, they could have. They should have got Rafa back then. Back when he Even
Like
it's
Allegri was
mad.
linked to them before and shit like that. Like, true.
Even Graham fucking Potter would do a better job right now than Mikel Arteta. So, I do get that. But does anyone else have any thoughts on Mikel Arteta?
I mean, can't be any worse than our manager.
Who do you support?
Sorry. Doncaster, he's
Are you turning against Wellens there, mate? Are you
Can't be any worse than us at the minute.
No, I mean, to be fair, they did lose to Brentford of all teams. To be fair,
to be fair, RJ, I'm gonna enjoy this because Aaron, are you Wellens out?
No, I'm not, but it's starting to get embarrassing at the moment.
It is.
Wait, what happened?
They're second, basically, Doncaster are second bottom, but only because of alphabetical order.
I swear it's 3 games in. 3 games in.
Yeah, but trust me, Noodlehead, they've lost to a lot of teams that they should have been beating. AFC Wimbledon and Accrington Stanley are 2 teams that, if you wanna stave off relegation, they're pretty teams you want to be beating.
The worst thing is though. The worst thing is that it's not even the fact that we lost to those teams. The worst thing is that we played better football against Sheffield Wednesday and still didn't get anything from that.
Well, yeah, of course you did, because that's your local rivals. I would expect you to play better football against your local rivals. Our goal normally turn up against Exeter. I mean, they normally turn up against us. United always turn up against City. They never show. So you have sort of got all of that. Let's go to some comments. Liam says Gillespie can get in the bin, cost us 3 points tonight. 40. You can go back to fucking Australia. Kenny is an Arsenal fan. Pass it on. Harland. I'm only angry with him. It's a rebuild season. The words of Aaron tonight. Johnny fans are melts. It's not a rebuild season. They can't win. It's unlucky for them.
I knew that was right there.
It's not a rebuild. You're not
10th in the league now, I think.
No, we're 16th, but still works.
No, I think it's 10th. No,
we're definitely 16th. Kenny being missing more than, that was when we were winning 1-0. Kenny's been missing more than Jack Grealish. Where's Kenny? I've no idea where Kenny is.
Oh, yeah. Kenny is MIA, missing in action, boys.
It's mad how Arsenal are getting relegated. But there's a quick consensus then. Matt, should Arteta go or should he stay?
They should go, yeah, but I don't know who the fuck they're gonna replace him with, like.
Sideshow Bob. What about you, RJ?
Obviously, there's better managers out there, but I don't think they can actually get someone better than Arteta. So, right now, I would say keep them. I mean, name one manager they can actually bring in. Conte, not a fucking hole.
Graham Potter.
Graham Potter. I don't know. I don't think Arsenal actually. I don't think Arsenal is that ballsy to get in Graham Potter.
Why not? Well, they were that ballsy to. They were that ballsy. One minute. They were that ballsy to hire a manager with no experience at all. So why wouldn't they be ballsy to hire?
To be fair, the reason why they signed Arteta was mainly because of what United did with Ole.
But if they were so ballsy, to hire Arteta, why wouldn't they be ballsy to hire Graham Potter, who's got experience?
I don't think they will. It is Arsenal. I mean, they did spend 50 million on fucking Ben White.
Yeah, but it's a team with a manager with great experience. It's a manager who understands the league. It's also a manager who understands Ben White, who might be one of Arsenal's key players. What about you, Lewis? Should Arteta be sacked or should he remain, or should he be evacuated out of the UK by Arsenal fans in a rocket launcher?
He has to go. He has to go.
He has to go, blood. He has to go, blood. What about you, Donny James? Should he go? Should he stay?
I mean, just to see Arsenal suffer, I'd like him to stay. But in the real world, it's time to go.
You heard that here, guys. It's time to go for Wellens. Lancey, so will West Ham. Mustafa will live rent-free in your head. Oh, Mustafa, we live rent-free in your head. I didn't realise United fans had a rivalry with West Ham.
We don't.
We don't.
They just don't.
Oh, Football Forever saying, I think Arteta should be sacked. He's done terrible. I would agree with you there. I mean,
Is he stealing my channel's name?
No, because you're Forever Football DRFC. He's Football Forever. Unlucky, Aaron. Unlucky, Aaron. But no, I do agree with you that Arteta has done an absolutely horrific job. And I know Arsenal fans like to band around this FA Cup like it's fucking Champions League title. But in theory, yes, you won a trophy, but trophies are for one season. It's a reward for how well you did in a competition for 1 year. Right? To be banding that around 2 years later is frankly pathetic and frankly something that you shouldn't be doing. So it's like if Chelsea don't win a trophy for the next 4 years and they bring up our Champions League, that's pathetic, right? The reward of a trophy is the reward of how well you've done in a certain sort of campaign. So I don't agree with the whole fact that because he's won an FA Cup, he's absolutely brilliant. He's not in Europe, and Arsenal fan. I can't remember last time Arsenal went in Europe. I think it was before my time, right? And I'm 26 years old. I've been watching football since I was 10. So I mean, you could argue for 16 years I've always seen Arsenal in that minimum top six. They didn't even achieve top six last year, the season before last, because they got through because they won the FA Cup. So yeah, for me, it really is time to go. I think the league is your bread and butter. The league is your bread and butter. If you're not doing it in the league, you're not doing a good job because it's 38 games. 38 games. If you're finishing 8th, you're the 8th best team. And if you want to be pedantic, you're the 8th best manager in the league, right? If you want it to be so simple to understand, if you're 8th, you're the 8th best team with the 8th best manager. That's very simple, right? Jurgen Klopp was technically the 3rd best manager last year. Ollie was 2nd, right? If you want to really dumb it down to a really simplistic view, that's the way to look at it. Arsenal are currently the 8th best club with the 8th best manager. And for a club like Arsenal, it shouldn't be like that. But yeah, he hasn't even got Conference League, which I do agree with. But if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and that like button as well. It does massively help us out. We've also gained a lot of subscribers over the past about the past 5 hours. It's just been flying up a bit, which is nice. We're currently on 383 now, so we love to see it. Someone must have done a shout out or something, or they just watched our videos later on. But onto one of our other debates, which is maybe a little less fiery. I'm saving the fiery debate till the end, because the fiery debate is, do Manchester United need Erling Harland? And me and RJ are about to box this verbally, to which I will win.
No, you won't.
Are you logged in?
What?
Are you logged in on StreamYard?
Me? No, I'm not. Why?
I'll definitely be winning then.
Nah. I will not accept any fraudulent names or anything like that. I'm not like the person who went that.
I was just going to put you backstage.
Oh, wow.
Aubameyang instead of Harland. Manny's going to get Aubameyang instead of Harland.
We're gonna have a proper debate about it. We're gonna have a proper debate. But the debate I want to talk about before that, and then obviously we're going to do 4 team of the week, something new to the Late Show, and then Matt's got 15 minutes of talking anything but football.
Can I put the entire Doncaster squad on the bench for this fraud team of the week?
You can if you want. I've no issue with that. But the next debate or the next topic is Mason Greenwood United's number 9 this season? Now, me and Matt had a chat, obviously, before the rest of these came on, and I said something that sort of makes sense. Now, we all know Greenwood loves to go into the channels. He loves to go onto the wing. He loves to float a bit. He's not really that target man. He's certainly not a target man, that's for sure. He has got better at staying in the middle, mind, very good at it. But there are occasions where Greenwood is going to drift over to the channel, maybe to support the right winger or the left winger, or, offer something a little bit different. Normally, he was sort of floating over to the left, or the right. You had Dan James. Normally it'd be Sancho, so I don't think he'd be walking over to the right. The Sancho should have that wing covered. But I think what he was doing is he was leaving his split. It was sort of leaving his spot. But what that enabled was Bruno Fernandes to have lots of space, because Bruno was able to operate the space that was vacated by Greenwood. Now that's not just because Greenwood's not not doing what he's told. He's clearly been told by Ollie in that game, have a bit more of a freer role, roam a little bit more. Bruno, you go into that space when Greenwood does leave it. But the thing is, when Greenwood does that, he's dragging a centre-back with him, because that centre-back is thinking, I need to go follow Greenwood, because he's their striker. He's going to come back into the middle. But then when he stays on the left for 3-4 minutes and Pogba starts drifting into the sort of central area, which you saw a couple of times, and then Bruno sort of works his way up front, that worked for me really, really well. When watching it, I thought it was a really good bit of work between the three of them. So I guess the question is, looking at that, obviously Rashford is out injured at the moment. Now, I thought Pogba had a fantastic game, obviously, apart from the fact that he couldn't score Greenwood's assist. But, Greenwood has been unofficially given that assist by your Royal Highness, King of North Korea. But basically, do you think that United should start with Greenwood up front, Bruno as the cam, and Sancho and Pogba on the wings? Matt, we'll go to you first on that one, I think.
I'd like to see him start there more often, but I don't think it'll happen. I wouldn't see Cavani staying for another year if he wasn't promised first team football. That's just the way I'm thinking. He
can get both. I think Cavani ain't playing every game, mate. Cavani's 36 years old.
But I think I think we'll be primarily playing Cavani over Greenwood up top.
Yeah, I get that, but what I'm saying, in the big games, but I don't think Cavani's going to make it through every game. I really don't. Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to take him a bit of. I think Greenwood will start up front against Southampton.
No,
I'll be shocked if Cavani even makes it back in time. I think he's still in Uruguay. Obviously, he was given extra time to sort of spend with his family. But if you were in charge, would you be picking Greenwood over Cavani? If Pogba and Bruno are in them roles, because I think for Pogba and Bruno, it gives them a little bit more freedom as well. If you've got a striker who wants to go onto the left wing for a little bit, and then Bruno can slot up top, and then Pogba might drift into the middle, or Pogba might go up top, or fuck it, McTominay might just have a little roam forward. You never know. Or Fred might score a goal, which is unbelievable.
He scored today, actually. Today.
He did,
in the friendly.
Against Burnley.
Yeah, 2 games, 2 goals. Fuck me, what's happened to Fred?
That Copa America changed everything, I'm telling you.
Yeah, clearly. But so Matt is in the thought process that he would start Greenwood over Cavani. RJ, I'm guessing because you. Yeah,
at the minute.
Yeah, I do get that. He's also clinical finisher. Now, RJ, you hate English players, so I'm guessing you're picking Uruguay.
Shut up! I don't fucking hate English players, man. No.
Name me one English player you like.
Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire. Okay. There you go.
Mr.
Big old
player, or Mr. Braxton.
Shut up! Jeez, put on your Northern Ireland fucking t-shirt again. What are you talking? No, I do like a few English players. I just don't like some that are overhyped by the media and certain fans. Okay, that's just how it is.
Look, so Greenwood's overhyped. Wow.
Well, no, sorry. You fucking, you are the guy who single-handedly kind of puts them, to a different level. But however,
I think I just say that he's a generational talent, which Rio Ferdinand, Gary Lineker, Alan Shearer, Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher.
That's not the problem now. That's not the problem. There's more to that, right? You take it to another level, obviously. But anyway, regardless of the point, to answer your question.
Look it off.
To answer your question.
Are you off? Are you out?
I've got to get off and try and nurse this nightmare.
Nice. I'll catch you. I'll catch you on Thursday, mate. All right.
Yep, it's going to be a fun show.
100%. Catch you in a bit, bro. Cheers for coming on.
I mean,
Go.
realistically, I mean, I would love to see, our Sonic the Hedgehog start up. I'm only messing. Before you get your knickers in a twist, I was only kidding.
I think he's been
Jesus.
serious.
Okay,
I
shut
thought
up. Oh my God.
I thought he had completely lost his fucking mind.
You're daft.
A
Anyway,
lot of stuff makes me think that about Art.
okay, shut up, Doodlehead. Seriously, I
You
swear
play
to God.
Rocket League, mate. You play
But no,
Mate, I'll
carry,
go up to Northern Ireland and I'll slap you in it, mate. Seriously.
carry
Anyway,
on, carry on. Archie.
no, obviously,
You play
Greenwood is
Rocket
going to be.
League, you'll slap nothing.
Mate, honestly, never. I'm not going to say anything because if I do, I fucking won't be on the channel for long. Anyway,
Carry on, Arthur.
of course, Greenwood's going to be our number 9. I mean, fucking, it's a no-brainer. Obviously, all they want them to play there. It's a bit different, obviously.
I mean, this season.
Yeah, this season he will be. Yes.
But
Yeah,
you think Ollie's going to pick Greenwood over Cavani?
I think. Because
this is my theory between Cavani. I think Cavani will play 15, 20 games, right? And I think he'll play all the games against big sides. So I think he'll play against.
I think he'll play all the big sides. I do believe. Yeah.
I think he'll play. I think he'll maybe not City. I think he might start Greenwood over City because just pace in behind
Daniel
pace.
James always got the game against City.
Oh yeah, Dan James.
No, he will not.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he'll go on to the left foot. He'll go on to the left foot. Actually, will he?
No, we will because we have Champions
League.
We have Champions League at the same time we play City, so he'll definitely play.
Hold on.
Because Sancho will definitely start Champions League.
Hold on. When are you playing City?
In November. That'll be the last few games. There'll be the last few games in our group. Not last game.
Yeah, I think he'll start Sancho, Rashford, Greenwood. You have fully fit Rashford as well. I mean, you don't.
Rashi's back end of October. Yeah, he'll be back for the Liverpool game.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have a fully fit Rashford with Sancho that should be in some good form by then, and Mason Greenwood. That's a front three that Pep is going to be like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I think because he has to go play Ollie.
Oh yeah, because he knows that Ollie plays some of the most disgusting football against him. Basically, he sits really deep and says to Fred and McTominay, "Go on, doggies, go get that ball," and then just hits on the break all the time.
Yeah.
And the one thing Pep cannot handle is counter-attacking football with clinical strikers. And United have an abundance of people who can put the ball in the back of the net. In fact, your entire front three right now can put the ball in the back of that. And Pogba looks like he can assist a fair shit amount of goals as well. So
come on, record.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I find funny. Go on, sorry.
Well, I was going to go back to you, RJ, because I know we all sort of interrupted you extremely rudely there. I blame Doncaster.
Oh, sure. I mean, it happens to me for 7. I mean, it is what it is. But I mean,
I blame Doncaster. But no. So you think Greenwood is going to be Ollie's first choice striker this season?
I think majority of games Greenwood will start. I think just on the big occasions, or even if, let's say it's like 75th minute or some shit like that, and we can't get a goal. He'll bring on Eddie just to get the goal. Really, I mean, it won't take long because the fact is, Edson Cavani is upset. Look, people do underestimate.
I don't think there'll be any times where we won't have many goals this season, or just.
I think we will, man. If we can score 5 elite in our first game, with some play, like I said, you look at players like Harry Maguire, fucking Jadon Sancho, etc. Players who played in the Euros up until the final, right? Like I said, those players are back. Stronger than ever. I mean, I
sort of feel for Martial because I just don't see how Martial gets into his team ever. I think
probably for Champions League, maybe for Champions League he will, but I know. Yeah, but it's Burnley, like fucking hell, like for not being Burnley, like
because if you think realistically, he doesn't go in over Greenwood or Cavani, does he?
Not a striker, no, but I know Ollie wants to play him a striker, which doesn't make fucking sense.
Well, no, his link-up play is some of the worst link-up play I've ever seen. If you want to play counter-attack then crack on. But I thought Ollie wanted to move away from counter-attacking. You could put him on the left, but at the moment you got Pogba there, and I don't think if Pogba's getting 4 assists per game and carries that sort of, if he carries on that sort of assist record for 2-3 games, there's absolutely no way you drop in. So how does Martial get in?
The question is, if we do get rid of him, who's going to buy him? We don't have anyone who.
Inter
won't buy him. They're going for Zapata from Atlanta.
No, that's the thing. I don't think you will get rid of him. I just don't think he'll play.
Yeah, I do like Martial.
I reckon Ollie just gets him injured. Ollie does a Wayne Mooney and just takes out Martial for 3-4 months.
Talk about merciless.
Obviously, I don't condone injuries on players. That was what Ollie told me he was going to do.
Like personally, I would love to go back to when Martial was like ice cold. He literally scored 20 goals a season, and he was a freaking beast. I would love to go back then.
That happened once.
What? No, but that was the last 2 years, right? Last season he had injuries and he was a bit lazy to say the least.
Well, no, RJ, it was when the minute a sniff of competition came his way and he bottled it.
I know,
as he does all the time, right? Ibrahimovic comes in, Martial fucking God knows what. Then Cavani comes in and Martial turns into crap. Now Martial's not only got to deal with the bloody Cavani, he's also got a Mason Greenwood who's like, "Hi Ollie, me go up front, cool buddy, I'll get you a goal." Cavani's there like, 2 of you, nah, fuck this shit, you fight. I'll just sit back and watch. Like he's got a bottle of a newborn baby.
Yeah, but look, is there talent there? Yes. Is there laziness? 100%. If we could somehow get rid of that laziness, I mean, Martial could easily, if he wasn't lazy, him versus Greenwood for competition would be perfect. Because, like I said, they're still young, they're still talented.
I would probably say Greenwood wins that because he's got better finishing.
But but listen, that's competition for Greenwood, which means he'll play better. He'll get to the heights of his game.
Well,
but that's the thing.
To be fair, I think Greenwood's got that competition with Cavani. If I'm being completely honest, whilst I also think Cavani is a mentor to Greenwood, because you can see that in Greenwood's game already. Like you'd have to be fucking blind not to see it, because when you first saw Greenwood go up front, I said this a lot. I was like, "Fuck me, Greenwood, just stay in the middle, you dozy plonker. Just no, stop." Move back, go back, and you could just hear Ollie getting a bit frustrated, going, Mason, get back in. So you can definitely tell him he's a little bit more of a fox in the box now. Like he's definitely, was it Leeds? I swear he nearly put one in the net because he sniffed out a mistake.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's got Edison Cavani written all over it. That's like a Cavani / Ollie.
Yeah, it's very poacher's goal. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very much like Ollie and Cavani just stood there with a whiteboard going, "So goalkeeper's there. He's about to fuck up. You need to be dead."
It wasn't just a goalkeeper. It was just a midfielder passing back.
But you know what I mean. Like, I reckon Ollie and Cavani was sat there with like a wall chart going, "This is what you do." It's like, it does make sense. Like Cavani has done wonders for Greenwood's game already, and. It's great to see. It is great to see, but it's a very difficult decision. But Martial should not play up front for United ever again. For me, he's back up to Rashford. Dan James shouldn't even be at your club, but I think he's back up to Sancho. I think the way it should be is Cavani, Mason, whoever Ollie wants to play. I've no issue with that. I think predominantly Mason will play up front against the lesser sides. If there are sort of lesser sides in the Premier League, and I think Cavani will play against top 6, maybe top 8.
That makes sense.
And then you have Rashford and Rashford / Pogba, whoever, and then Martial, and then I think you have Sancho and Dan James. Yeah, Sancho, Dan James, because Diallo's going out on loan, isn't he? So that's how I see it. I
It's
genuinely.
Sancho for some reason.
Yeah, but the thing is, the way it is, it's actually a very good idea for Ahmed, because the thing is, the championship is, I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's, obviously it's not as good as the Premier League. But
He'll man up. He'll man up.
no, yeah, no,
very
but the thing is,
quickly.
yeah, he'll definitely learn how physical the Premier League is with the championship.
Yeah,
Because like I said,
do
championship.
you not think that Ahmed offers more than Dan James?
No.
Yes, but I do. But I think with Ahmad, you need him getting game time, and I just don't think he gets that
That is
game
true.
time at United.
Yeah.
I think it's the
Dan
same.
James
With,
doesn't need it.
it's the same with young players, right? The only reason Mason got as much game time as was needed is mainly one, because he's generational, and B, you had a spot on the right wing that Greenwood could operate. Right now, you've got Sancho in that right wing, so how the hell does how does Diallo get in there? Dan James will play the lower cup matches and bottom sides when Sancho needs a break, if Ollie can rotate. But do remember that Greenwood can play on the right with Cavani in the middle. That isn't an option that Ollie could have if he wants to start Cavani and Greenwood. He could move, let's say, Pogba. Let's say he gets a DM, which I don't think will happen. I don't think United are getting a DM this summer, mainly because every single DM link there were has completely gone dry. Every single last one of them. Obviously, you'll get Trippier. I don't think you're getting a DM. I think it's way past that time of getting a DM now, especially now all the links have gone completely cold. Even Camavinga's links have gone really, really cold, and he's in the last year of his deal. So there is a
free next year. So
well, yeah, you might look at him next year,
PSG,
or you
probably.
yeah.
No, PSG don't want him.
They might do in a year's time. They might do in a year's time. PSG free player. He's going to PSG, mate.
Yeah, but he won't start. That's the thing.
I don't think he wants to come to the Premier League yet. I think
what was rumored was he wants to go to La Liga, which was I don't fucking.
Yeah, I think he's open to the idea of the Premier League, but he's not necessarily. He's not pushing for the Premier League.
I would actually love to see him go to Let's Go, just out of curiosity, because him and DePaul would actually be a very interesting duo in the Premier League.
When we get onto our debate, I'm going to put in a name or two that I think United should spend Harland's money on instead, but we'll get into that.
I mean, it's not that much what Harland's going to cost, but regardless, we're not going to talk about that.
Well, no. We'll talk about two players who I think massively improves United and automatically puts you into title favourites instead of cup title chasers. But that's my point of view. I'll explain that in just a second. I'll go to you next, Lewis, on the Cavani Greenwood sort of debate, or Cavani Greenwood Martial, if you really have no idea about football. Which one would you be going for this season if you Ollie?
Greenwood, because Greenwood's young, yes. Cavani's more experienced, yes. However, you've said it in a nutshell, really. Cavani doesn't really have the yes, he can score goals, but he doesn't have 38 games in him.
Yeah, he ain't got the. Might have the fit. I don't think he'll have the fitness. If I'm not being rude to Cavani here, he's 36 years old, man. But he's also his second pre-season. But I suppose he has that Copa America, so that might sort of help anyway. Devon makes a good point here. I think Cavani will play tougher chance. Yeah.
Yes.
I think Greenwood will play. I think Greenwood will probably play because the way it's seeded, I think United are seeded second now. You might be first because you got to a final. I don't know. Okay, so you're second. So I think Greenwood will play up top against a team that's seeded fourth. So whoever that may be, it is probably some team in fucking Romania, or he could even, if you get Leipzig, Leipzig at Old Trafford, you could play Greenwood. He seemed to have a good time there.
If we get Leipzig again, fuck off. I can't go through Leipzig again.
just don't get Leipzig and PSG. No, I do agree. I think Cavani will play the tougher Champions League games and the probably tougher cup games and the tougher Premier League games, maybe. Apart from City, I think Ollie will play a very fresh, young forward attack just so that he can exploit every last bit of whatever pace they all have. Which, with Rashford, there's a lot of pace there. With Greenwood, it's a decent amount of pace there. And with Sancho, another decent amount of pace. And if he's really thinking kinky, he'll just not play Sancho and he'll play Dan James, which is, it's odd to even say that against City, but it just works. I don't know why. As I say, it's just counter-attacks.
Don't bring
I mean, not only that, but I mean, I'd even say if we do start Cavani, he'd actually do very well, judging the fact that Ruben Diaz is not the player that he once was. I mean, you saw him against fucking Spurs. He's not as good as he was.
No, I wouldn't. I think Cavani will be perfect for teams like Chelsea or Liverpool or.
I'd even say City as well. Okay.
No, I wouldn't say City. He ain't got the pace.
Who's going to mark him? It doesn't matter. But who's going to mark him?
He hasn't got the pace for what Ollie likes to do to Pep. Right?
But,
Ollie plays a very specific way against Pep. It's a way that I'm also afraid that Eddie Cavani just does not fit into at all. Right? Yes, if you get a corner, Eddie might do something. But Eddie has not got the pace in him to play what you want to do against City. I would disagree with that one. I think Greenwood.
I'd argue.
I'd
argue that he's not the fastest, guy in the park, but realistically, his movement on that pitch is the best there has ever been.
You don't need movement against City. That's not what Ollie wants.
No, but that's the thing. But what I'm saying to you is, name one player on City's team who would personally.
No, RJ, you don't play the football for Cavani. Cavani's movement is incredible. Some of the best movement in the world. You don't play movement against City. You play quick counter-attacking football. You soak up pressure.
Cavani can do that.
No, I don't think he's got the pace. I think Cavani has got the. I think Cavani's movement against Liverpool or Chelsea or Leicester, maybe even definitely a Villa. I think they're the teams that Cavani will have the much better impact. Because I don't think you play a counter-attack against Liverpool. Because to be frankly honest, I think you can come out a bit more against Liverpool, which is where you need Cavani. You need Cavani to be there, operating Van Dijk, having Van Dijk sat on him, Bruno, being able to roam a little bit more. I think Cavani is much more crucial. And I don't want people saying, or saying I'm only saying Greenwood against City because it's Greenwood. What I'm saying is Cavani's style of football suits a much better style in terms of how you play against a Liverpool or Chelsea than it would a City. With the City, you sit in your own half. Harry Maguire and Varane now will be heading balls away for fun because City will just absolutely chuck a load of not crosses, chuck balls all around the place, and Maguire and Varane will just head them away because, Maguire has quite a big head. He's got massive, great big forehead as well. And Varane's world class. And then you just play with your two dogs in midfield who chase after the ball, and one of them sits on De Bruyne. Normally,
sits on Gundogan, or whoever is on form.
No. So no one sits really on Gundogan. He plays far too deep to have any impact against United.
All right, then Grealish. There you go. Grealish and thing.
But don't again.
No, because the way
Grealish will just be sat on by Wan-Bissaka, mate. Quite simply, because Grealish will probably play on the left. He'll play on the left, so it'll be down to Wan-Bissaka just to sit on him, not let him out, and just not let him do much. Which Wan-Bissaka, Wan-Bissaka does do well. If he's told just to mark someone, he's quite good at it. You ask him to do some intellectual positioning, it gets shaky for a start.
Look, and plus with the addition of Varane, his position will definitely help.
I hope so. Because yes, with with Lindelof, maybe man marking Lindelof wasn't the worst idea in the world, but if he tries to man mark Varane, I think Varane might punch him.
With the addition of Sancho as well, is like
Yeah.
attacking play might help.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like people
it
are saying
does
that, like,
take-
oh, his tacking's been shit. Like he hasn't had a good centre back. Well, no
to
offense.
be-
Sorry, he's not had
To
a
be fair,
world
I
class
don't
centre back.
think he ever's gonna have. I don't think he'll ever have the attacking output that a Trent or Reece
No,
James
he-
or anyone does.
No, hold on.
What I do
He'll
think,
never have.
what I do think he'll have is a better link up with Sancho, because last season it was a lot of Greenwood, but Greenwood plays in such a particular way on that right hand side, very difficult to link up with. Right, not saying that Greenwood's wrong for how he does it, because what he does is he gets the ball, cuts in, shoots. Right, towards the end, you did see him get to the byline, chuck across on Cavani's head, which was good to see. But Greenwood has such a particular way, it sort of makes it very difficult for Wan-Bissaka to know what he's got to do. With Sancho, I think Sancho isn't that type of player who's going to cut it. He can cut in on his left and shoot.
Yeah.
But predominantly what Sancho will do is he'll come on, get a crossing, get to the byline. And that's where it'll be easier for Wan-Bissaka to link up with him, because he knows he'll get to the byline and Wan-Bissaka can just sit sort of halfway into their half and offer himself as an option. And I think that's easier for Wan-Bissaka necessarily to handle than to try and provide Greenwood an overlap that very rarely is going to get used, because Greenwood doesn't necessarily look for an overlap. What he does look to do is get the ball, get onto his left, shoot. Worst case scenario, get onto it, cut in, pass to Bruno. So it's very difficult for Wan-Bissaka to even try and work with that. Well, I just think Sancho's game isn't limited. I think he's just more of a natural winger than Greenwood is. So
Yeah, because
I just think
striker. So
yeah, Greenwood is essentially a striker that's been put in the inside forward role on the right, whereas Sancho is much more of a creator than a goal scorer per se, which is what United have needed for a very long time on that right hand side.
This is what I will say, all right, about Wan-Bissaka. Do I think he'll ever get the attacking ability of Trent? Not a hope of fuck. Not a hope of now.
That's rare with a right back, though. Like Trent's like
Trent's not even a right back though. That's the thing. He's more of a winger / midfielder. That's how I see him. That's how I see him. I don't see him as a right back, because, like I said, people are saying that, oh, he did some good defending last year. No, he didn't. He gave away the ball so many times to the fact that Liverpool actually nearly lost the top four because of it. All right, you look at it. Look, Wan-Bissaka, defendingly, he's one of the best. Right, we cannot disagree.
The best defensive right back, I think.
Yeah, he side tackles for fun, right?
Well,
the only problem is
when we talk about defensive. This isn't me going in on Wan-Bissaka. Are we talking one-on-one defending, or are we talking position?
One-on-one. No,
okay,
look.
If we're talking one-on-one, he's the best. He's the best right back in the fucking world.
Yep. No, I understand, but look, you do have to take into consideration, right?
Thank you, Devon. I just love it when people agree with it.
You do take into consideration, right? Look, every
16
player,
shots
right?
and lost 1-0. Fuck my life.
Wait, what? No, Monaco. Oh, for fuck's sake! I mean, like, Monaco. Yeah. No, look. This is what I will say, right? Oh, I remember that. That was gorgeous. Yeah, I remember back in the 19.
Oh, jeez.
Now, this is what I will say about Wan-Bissaka. I don't think we've seen the best Wan-Bissaka right now, and I think this is the season we will see the best Wan-Bissaka, because he's given the tools and he will use them correctly. Right, Varane, a world-class centre back who's going to be paired right beside him, who's going to tell him a bit more about his positioning, like he did with Danny Carvajal and Nacho Fernandez last season. Like I said, those two were actually good because of fucking Varane helping them out. I do think obviously Sancho's a big help, because, like I said, what you said about Greenwood's bang on, because there's no link up play between the two. No offense to Greenwood, it just wasn't.
It's not Mason's game to link up with a right back. He's not. Yeah, he's a straight. You can see so clear as day that Greenwood is not a right winger. He is a striker that's been put onto the right. He's got a really good left foot, and to be frankly honest, he didn't have any other right wingers. Greenwood just turned out to be one of your best on the right because he can do
He can play football basically.
Yeah, because he can play football. Yeah, unlike Sonic the Hedgehog, who is very good against the Leeds or Man City, where there's lots and lots of space in behind, and he can. I don't even think he's that quick anymore. I think he's lost pace. Dan James, I think he's lost a bit of pace.
I saw people thinking of tackle he done on the midway on the half.
Oh yeah,
that was a deadly tackle.
To be fair, I did like that tackle. It was pure shithousery. He's gone in and absolutely put the Leeds player. Yeah, he's walked into the middle. He's gone into the middle of the pitch for some goddamn reason. He was moving all over the place against fucking Leeds. I remember saying on the watch along. I remember at one point I didn't actually put someone on the right on the formation. I moved them both over to the left because, to be frankly honest, I had no idea who the hell was on the right because there was no one there. It was like Wan-Bissaka was patrolling the whole fucking thing. I was like, I bet he can't wait for Sancho.
That's right. Yeah.
Fucking Wan-Bissaka actually said that he wanted to sign Sancho before we signed Sancho.
Dan says Dan James has lost a bit of pace. He was injured last year, and I think it did impact him. I'm glad. I'm not saying he's slow anymore, right? I want to make that very clear.
He's still quick though.
It was very quick. But I remember watching him in the Championship, and when he first got to United, he was blisteringly quick. But yeah, I do think he's lost a little bit of pace on him. I also think he's got slightly chunky as well. He might have always.
I think he's trying to put on muscle because I do think,
which is really bad for his game because his game is.
Look, he does want to improve, and I do think his strength is one of his weaknesses. I know, obviously, people say,
but RJ he hasn't got the things on his feet to improve. He might as well use what he's got to his advantage, which is he's a fucking quick player who
wanted to leave this season as well, which doesn't help.
Yeah, he needed to leave, in my opinion.
He wanted to go to Leicester, did he not?
Yeah, that would have been a good signing for them.
Yeah.
I mean, he wouldn't have played off them.
He still wouldn't start for Leicester, in my opinion. Yeah, I think.
It'd definitely be. I think
Who started for Leicester?
We got Harvey Barnes on the left.
Well, Harvey Barnes didn't restart last season, so.
Harvey Barnes is on the left, and he started every game in the league until he got injured. You absolute donut.
Yeah, but right now he doesn't start because he's not 100% fit. Like they're not ready.
No, but he is also one of their best players.
Arguably, 100%. 100%.
Because I think he was top goal scorer until he got injured. I think he had like 15 goals or something.
I think he was very close to winning it. Yeah. But,
Devon says it's the same story with Lukaku at United. All these players beef up, or they eating over their fish and chips every night. I don't know what's happened to Dan James, but he has lost a bit of pace, and yeah.
What did you say?
But look,
sorry, it's Burger King for Luke Shaw, isn't it?
I said
fucking. So the last bit I want to talk about, and this is where obviously it will get heated, I'm sure. And now we're going to talk about, do Manchester United really need Erling Harland? Now, my stance on this, and I think everyone in the world knows my fucking stance on this, is no. So I'll go to Matthew, then I'll go to Lewis, then I'll go to me and RJ, because I feel like I want to give the other two a bit of something to say before me and RJ just go at each other. So Matthew, we'll start with you. Does Manchester United need Erling Harland?
No, because you can't expect a world-class talent like Greenwood just to be happy to sit on the bench as well.
Oh my God! You're literally
RJ, shut your mouth until you are spoken to.
And I'm not.
We're gonna try and, because my housemate's asleep next to me, we're gonna try and do this in a calm, amicable way. So shut your mouth until you asked.
He accused me of copying you there, but I was saying the exact same thing before you came on.
You did. But yeah, exactly. Carry on, Matthew.
Exactly.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, you can't. I heard RJ say it's fucking ego. You shouldn't have a big ego. You should be happy to sit on the bench. That's what RJ basically said.
I didn't fucking say
that. RJ.
He did.
You can bring up these points when you have your speech. Right, so Matthew, carry on.
And he also said there was no chance he would join anyone in the Prem, which he would. Because he's not going to go abroad, is he? And yeah, Greenwood's one of the best finishers in the world at the minute. And he's only 20. He's only 19, sorry.
I was just about to say, he's not even hit his 20th birthday, mate.
Yeah. So yeah, there's no point replacing him with another young striker when we've got probably I think Greenwood's better on the ball.
I think his
finisher.
birthday's in October, November, I think.
Arguably a better finisher than Harland because he can finish from any angle basically. So why would we sign Harland?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I will expand on a fair few of these points when it's my turn. But Lewis, I'll go to you as the Villa fan. Should Manchester United sign Harland? Yes or no?
I don't think you need to. As much as Cavani's probably retiring in a few years, Greenwood isn't a real talent.
Yeah.
Why do you want to try and add on that? Yes, maybe competition, but it's not really
competition.
It's between Harland and Greenwood, is it? Harland, if Harland comes in, Arteta will probably look at Harland and go, yeah, you're not a robot. You've got Greenwood. Greenwood's unreal.
Yeah.
There's no need to add Harland to that when you have Greenwood, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I agree with a lot of what Matt said, and a lot of, in fact, everything that Matt said, and a lot of what Lewis said. Now, I've got various reasons why you don't need Harland. I'll go through them step by step. So step one, yes, you don't need Harland because you've got Greenwood, right? They cannot and would not go well together, right? Not even anyone should be able to see that, because Mason Greenwood, at the age of 19, is United's third youngest goal scorer ever. Third youngest. I think only Rashford and Rooney beat him. Insane, right? We all talk of Wayne Rooney as one of the best strikers Manchester United have ever seen. If Greenwood goes on the trajectory that everyone assumes, he's going to outdo Rooney's goal scoring record of, I think, 260 plus goals. Rashford also has a bloody good chance of doing it. What I think will happen is Rashford will beat it, and then Greenwood will be like, goodbye, Rashford. You lasted all of 5 seconds with your history book. But I do think that will happen. Because I don't think Greenwood would sit on the bench and be happy, and nor should he, because realistically, does he get in over Harland? Actually, I'd argue in some games he probably would. But you're then going to have to go and have the conversation with Harland and go, hi, Erling, there's your seat for the game. Good luck on that one, because that ain't going to go well at all. If in any way, shape or form that goes badly. Or you've got to then tell Sancho to sit down and play Greenwood on the right, which again makes no sense, because by that time Greenwood would have been playing up front a lot, and we've already can tell Greenwood isn't a right winger, he's a striker. We all know this. Right, that's the first part. They wouldn't work well together, wouldn't rotate. Greenwood or Harland, whoever does not play in, is going to get angry, going to get annoyed, and they're going to leave. And if Harland, we all know, if you bring in Harland, he'll be gone in 4 or 5 years, because he's also got Mino Raiola. You probably lose him for free as well. Proper standard Raiola United there. Lose the player for free, and then you'll probably buy him back again for about £1 billion. So you've got that issue as well. So it's not a long-term fix. You're not having Harland long-term. Raiola simply won't allow that. So then what you've also got is you've got to think, and we're assuming United aren't getting a DM this summer, which is looking very unlikely. Very unlikely that will happen. Why spend £100 million on a striker when you've got Greenwood and you've got Martial? You could even go get yourself a 20, 30 million pound strikers back up to Greenwood, when you've got a complete structurally imbalanced pile of crap in your midfield. You have got a great big gaping hole in your midfield, and you want to go and spend £100 million because it's going to be 72. But then Alfie's going to want 20 odd million. Then Riola's going to need his cut of the deal as well. So you're going to be spending in excess of £100 million on Harland. Why not spend that £100 million on an Ndidi or a De Jong or a DM of any sort that can do a good job? Get a world-class DM, right? Because if you get a world-class DM, United, with Greenwood up front, Rashford on the left, Sancho on the right, with Martial and Dan James or Diallo or however you want to do it, all there as backups, with an Ndidi and a Pogba if you can keep Pogba, or Donny, with that back line, should be title favourites. So my question is, well, not my question, I'm sort of giving my point of view here. Manchester United do not need to get Harland because you need to sort out the great big mess of your midfield, right? Because you'll never win a title with that midfield, right? Because that midfield is never going to control a game. And to win a title, you need to have that control, right? So I just think, and you'd also have a better chance in the Champions League. So for me, I don't think you need to get Harland because you need to sort out bigger issues. Devon says, why wouldn't spend the money for Harland on a world-class CDM like Frenkie from Barca? They are broke and would take our money. They would. That is structurally, well, that's just factually true. That fly's gonna nearly dead. But yeah, why wouldn't you spend the money on Frenkie de Jong? It makes more sense to me. What if Man U plays Mason Greenwood as central forward and then plays poacher? If you do not sign Harland, what happens when Cavani? Right. What if United plays Greenwood as a centre forward, then Harland plays as a poacher? If we do not sign Harland, what happens when Cavani leaves?
When Cavani leaves, we bring up a youth player again.
Yeah, I think when Cavani leaves, you either bring up one from your youth academy or you just go get a £20-30 million striker. Just quite easy.
We don't even need him. We can play a line there.
Yeah, you could just but you could just pick up a backup for Greenwood. I mean, it makes no sense to you just put Greenwood up front. You got Martial if you need to as backup. You could have Martial back up to Greenwood. I'm sure Martial is probably at the stage of his career where he's given up trying to play a absolute well beater. You could even have Martial as backup to Greenwood. Done it before. But fuck it, you could even, worst case, if Greenwood gets injured or you need to play someone else, put Bruno up top. Bruno, I'm sure, will have a great time up there. Devon says, I've heard that Idrissa Gueye has to leave PSG to balance the squad. Is this true? If so, United should go for him. He'll do a good job. I've not heard anything of that, but we'll sort of see that.
We could do better than Idrissa.
Yeah. Now, can we please have Mustafa host the United show instead of RJ? All favours say aye.
Aye.
I mean, they'll use like 2 minutes. No one's gonna listen to you.
That's one. So I've had my say. RJ, go on. Have your say.
All right. Well, first and foremost, lads. I mean, ye are making. Let's make your first point. Your first point in saying, if we sign Harland, we're not going to sign a CDM. First of all, we've already signed Sancho for 73 million. We signed Rafael Varane for about 48 million, right? Plus, we might even spend about 30 million, possibly, or even less, on Trippier, right? So roughly, that's about 140 million, roughly, right? Or 150 mil, just on players alone, okay? Right, in one transfer window, okay? So next transfer window, obviously we will sign Erling Harland for his release clause of, I think it's about 75 million euros or something like that. I mean, like I said, you take in consideration, right?
I'm not going to butt in often, but can you also take into account Alfie wants 20 million and Miola's going to want about the same?
The thing is, Sancho has obviously, he has his bonuses, his perks, he has all that.
No. His agent didn't get his agent and his dad didn't get near on 40 million between the two.
No, I understand.
So can you incorporate that in?
Can
you incorporate? You also balanced Sancho's investment because you paid 18 million this season. You're paying it in installments. Somehow you did that. So it's not some. It's not 72 million up front. This is 75
But
million up
listen,
front.
listen.
I'm not butting in too often, but I just want you to make sure you get the finances. Correct.
Don't worry. Right, let's break it down, right? So let's look at the teams that can get Erling Haaland, right? And I'll tell you the different scenarios and what stories, right? Let's talk about the Premier League teams, right? So City, they're going to go for Kane, realistically, because if they don't go for Kane, they're screwed, realistically. Chelsea, they've already got Lukaku. They're sorted. They don't want Haaland, and it's already over between the two of them. Spurs, they can't even. They're going to sell Kane, and they're going to probably sign Vlahovic from Florentina. So that's how I see it possibly.
Where are you going with it?
Listen, okay, Noodlehead, how about you stop putting words in my mouth and you listen to what I say, okay? Right? I know I'm breaking down every single team, mate, right? If you don't know.
No,
right?
no, we don't need to break down every single team.
No, well, not every single team, but every team.
RJ, you're mentioning stupid teams like Tottenham and Arsenal. Get to
the only two teams that could potentially sign Erling Haaland next season are United and Bayern Munich. Now, Real Madrid are already going for Mbappe. They don't want Haaland.
I'm pretty sure they want both.
They want both, but they won't be able to afford them. They'd have to sell their entire club to get them too.
I don't think they will. They're about to have fans come out for the first time in a very long time. So I don't write off Real Madrid that easily. Barcelona, yes, but Real Madrid.
But you're saying this now. But they're trying to renovate their own stadium, right? By 2024, I believe they're trying to get it done by. They're trying to sign Mbappe. Mbappe will definitely be over 100 mil. He will be.
Mbappe's for free, mate, next year. He's out of contract.
But he's going to go this season. That's what they want. They want to sign him this season. I'm telling you.
They may want to, but PSG have no interest in signing, and they won't be forced. He will leave for free next season.
If they get the money, then they will sell.
Real Madrid will not have the money to go spend that on Mbappe. Right. Mbappe will go to Real Madrid next year on a free. Very simply. Everyone can see it. Everyone can see it coming.
Real Madrid won't get Harland, okay?
No, you will put Real Madrid in the context because they can get Harland. Because they can.
They won't. They're not interested.
They won't. Who's told you that? Who from Real Madrid has told you that? Who from Real Madrid has anyone? Have you spoken to Real Madrid personally? Have you spoken to Real Madrid personally? You don't know.
Look at context wise, right?
But if I do that for Greenwood, hold on. If I do that for Greenwood, if I do that for Greenwood, you already have. Yeah, and you have a go at me for doing that. So don't be hypocritical.
Yeah, I'm not being hypocritical.
You are. But when I do that for Greenwood, you have a go at me. But when you do it, it's completely okay.
They already have three strikers at Real Madrid.
All aging.
Okay, Mbappe next season.
You're basically saying nobody else wants him, so we take him. Why?
Wow.
Because everyone else is focusing on someone else.
There are three teams that can get him: United, Real Madrid, and Bayern Munich.
But Bayern Munich was all, like I said, Bayern Munich is already off the table. I'll tell you this why. I'll tell you this why, right? Because Holland's already said in the media that he does not want to stay in Germany for his entire career, and if he does go to Bayern Munich, that's just how it's going to be. Right, so I don't see him going to Bayern Munich.
No, he could just go Bayern Munich for 5 years and then do what?
Bayern Munich won't allow that. Bayern Munich won't allow that.
They've just let Alaba go and simply put.
Alaba's been there for 15 years.
Okay, so RJ, you just do this then. You sign a 5-year deal and then you just don't sign another deal then. Simply put.
No, but they want someone for the future. You look at Robert Lewandowski. He's been there.
It doesn't really matter what they want. If they sign him and they get him on a deal, then he just doesn't sign another deal. Simply put.
No, but that's not what Bayern do, Niall. You think that's what they do? They don't. They want players that will stay there for a very long time. They look at their team.
RJ, we're talking United and Harland.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I was just talking about the fact is every other club has their own business.
Other teams can get him. And would get him if given the opportunity.
If they had the opportunity, but they don't. United are the most open team for them.
Oh my God, you're a fucking idiot.
Okay, I'm the you personally think that he's better, that Green was better than him?
Yeah, I do actually, yeah.
Oh my days, no, what the fucking chance, man. Come on.
Have you seen Greenwood's finish? Do you even watch Bundesliga?
So you've
I tell you
gone
what,
from
mate,
you've gone through all the teams that could get Harland, and
Yeah.
you brought up Spurs and Arsenal for some apparent reason. God knows why.
well, look, Kane will be leaving Spurs for
I
a lot
think
of money.
yeah, but I think
right?
you're just trying to drag out the point there. But
I'm not
but
trying to
you
drag-
there are 4 clubs that could get Harland quite easily. Real Madrid, Bayern, PSG could pick him up. If Harland if PSG lose Mbappe, they may go.
They're
We'll try
going
and
for
get Haaland.
Ronaldo. Ronaldo is their backup. That's what they're
Juventus
doing.
could pick him up easily as well.
I don't
Juventus,
think
they won't be able to afford him.
Juventus don't have the Juventus don't have the money, but City
They do,
could.
but they're not spending on Harland because they want to try and bring back Dybala, I heard. Back
City
into the
could.
team, so.
City could do it. But we've gone for the teams that could get him. So there's 4 or 5 teams out there that
Well,
could get
you're
him.
saying that. Look, here's another point. You said that he wouldn't
So-
gel with Greenwood, right? You look at
Yeah.
Harland. He's playing with
Factually true.
Oh my god, it's not factually true. He's playing with players like Malin, Royce, and other players in that squad.
How many?
Hazard as well.
How many of them are striker, RJ?
Malin is a striker, yes.
Right, and is Marlon a generational talent?
I wouldn't say generational, but he's very, very good. He is very, very good.
And he also
I'm not-
knows that he's going to get the starting
promising.
spot in a year's time.
He's promising them. That's what I'm saying. You look at him in the Euros,
Yeah, but-
especially. He's
Yeah,
a
but you
standout forward.
Yeah, but
Netherlands.
he knows he's getting that starting spot in a year's time, so he's probably not too bothered
What
about
do you
what
mean?
happens this year.
What do you mean?
Right, so he isn't going to be upset if he's not starting every single game.
he is starting
whatever-
every game.
Well,
He is.
okay, however Dortmund are doing it, I haven't really watched Dortmund a lot this season or in pre-season. I don't really know what they're doing with Marlon, right? But Marlon ain't going to really care what's happening with him because he knows that come next season, Harland ain't there. So he knows that he is their replacement. That's what he's been brought in.
He's not the replacement, no.
Well, whatever. He knows that without Harland there, he's still going to get game time. What you're doing with this is if you bring in Harland with the way Oli plays and with the way that there's only one striker spot available, you have to pick between Greenwood or Harland. And then whichever one is going to be unhappy, or whichever one isn't playing is going to be unhappy and want to leave your club.
The thing about Greenwood and Harland especially, they're both versatile, right? Harland
Right.
not as much,
So-
not as
so-
much Harland, not as much.
Harland can't play anywhere but striker, so he's
Centre
not
forwards as
versatile.
well.
Huh?
Look, this is how I see it,
Hold on.
right?
No.
He's a centre
You-
forward.
You didn't just say centre forward, did you, RJ?
Listen.
That's the same fucking thing. Striker, centre forward, they're the same role.
I mean,
Right? There's
regardless of the point.
right. So the striker is split up into about 8 different roles. You know, you got target man, you got centre
Yes,
forward,
I
you
know,
got advanced
I know.
forward, you got
I know.
you know, that's hilarious. Right. Okay. So would you pick Greenwood over Sancho on the right hand side?
No.
Honestly. Okay. So would you pick Greenwood over Rashford on the left?
I don't. No.
Right.
Look,
So
listen.
no. So where does Greenwood fit? Where does Greenwood get his game time apart from being a backup to all 3 of them?
Look.
Answer the question.
I don't know. All right. I look. I'm
So-
not only gonna
No.
But the fact is,
So
right,
what you do is you bring in a player and you make Greenwood a backup to all 3 of them. Now, Greenwood is a generational talent that everyone knows. Right? Everyone knows that. So why in God's green earth is Mason Greenwood going to be happy sitting on a bench when he's already proven that he can do the job?
look. This is how I see it.
No.
Listen, no,
Answer
no,
that-
listen,
answer that
listen,
question.
Listen, look, if
Answer
Greenwood
that
stays on the
question.
bench, that's how it is, all right? That's how
No.
it is.
Okay, so answer this question then. If he stays on the bench all the time, he
He
doesn't get the
won't stay
game
on the
time.
bench all the time.
Well, he will because Harland ain't
How
going to
do
get
you know?
rotated
How
out.
do you
Holland's
know?
not going to get rotated out.
You're
Sancho's
not a
hardly going to
psychic.
get
You're not a
rotated
psychic,
out.
mate. You don't
Well, you've
know
just told me.
exactly.
You've just told me the Real
happens?
Madrid
Listen.
don't want Harland.
They don't.
Well,
They
then,
fucking don't.
hello.
Where's the
Pesto,
rumors that
so
they
we're-
wanted him?
we're
Where's
both
the
doing the
where's
same-
the
we're
rumors?
both- we're
Where's
both doing
the
the same
rumors that they
thing.
wanted him? Where's the rumors? Where's the
We're
rumors?
both doing the same thing.
Where's the
Right.
rumors?
So it's,
They only
you
want
don't need
they
it.
only want
Where's
Mbappe. They
Where was the
already
rumors
said
that?
they
Where
wanted
was the rumors that Aston Villa wanted Danny Ings? Exactly.
That came
so-
out of nowhere. That's completely different.
Exactly.
What do you mean?
It's
We're not
really
even talking
not.
about Danny Ings.
No, but it's not. I was just debuffing a point there that sometimes
Yeah,
transfers
you
can
didn't
happen.
need to make
Sometimes transfers can happen without anyone knowing. Also, we're talking next season.
But
So why on earth would there be rumours now?
But there's a difference between Erling Haaland and Danny Ings. You do know that.
Of course, there's a big difference. I'm not
Everything with Harland will be public. So will never be private.
The thing is, if you bring in Harland and Greenwood is on the bench, which he will be, he may get the odd game. He may get a Carabao Cup game, but I'm sure Greenwood will be absolutely fucking delighted about that. He'll be like, "Thank you so much, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. This is really helping my career." He will bow down to Sir Ollie, bow down to the man who's won fuck all. So. He's going to do that. So you're in. So do you think Greenwood want to leave after a couple of years of being back up to Haaland to go and progress his own career?
Okay, no. Listen now.
Well, do you think a young player who wants to progress their career, do you think after 2 years of sitting on the bench, they're going to turn around and go, "I think I need to leave"? Bearing in mind, he's only signed a deal until 2024. So he could, or 2024, 25. So he could just walk out for free and go to City or Chelsea, who at that time, Chelsea and City will both be looking for strikers because Lukaku and Kane will be old. There you go.
Right, first off, he'll never go to Chelsea or fucking
Why
City.
wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he?
Because
If he wants to stay in
stupid. He's not that stupid.
Hold on. Both of which have won major titles before Manchester United.
Yeah, but the thing is, you think that he's going to turn his back on United.
What a stupid move going to win a Premier League title and a Champions
League.
Oh, yeah,
go to a Premier League rival.
What a really stupid... Well, I don't know. If Ollie treats him like crap by bringing in Harland, he may...
Listen,
well, how do you know that?
For 75 million, you're getting a world-class professional superstar.
And you're pissing off one of your own players. Great show.
Listen, the way it is we have a great chance to get him, or else someone else gets him. Simple as that. There's a wide open door for us, and we can get him. If we don't get him, that's it. We do not get him. And then we can look back then. Okay.
What about that midfield then? Do you not think that needs addressing?
There's so much solutions we can do with that. Like, I understand. Look, Devin, fair play to you, man. You're making great comments, right? First off, indeed, there's no way we spend any money for him because the fact is he's injury prone. Okay. I know he's
not the only liability.
He is a liability because the amount of mistakes he made for Leicester last season was a lot. So, like I said, why would you want?
You've got Fred and McTominay in midfield.
I never said I was happy with McFred. When did I say I was happy with McFred? I want to see that.
Anyone would be a vast improvement over. Indeed, he would do a better job than Fred and McTominay.
Yeah, but he's literally injured more times than more injury than Bailly.
Okay, believe it or not, RJ, Ndidi isn't the only well-class DM out in the world right now.
Yeah, I understand. There's more. I know. I was just going basing off Devin's point. Devin point said, "Why don't we spend 100 million on Ndidi?" I wouldn't.
Okay, so why don't you spend 100 million? Why don't you spend 100 million on De Jong then?
I don't think we would. I would love De Jong. I've already told you I would love to spend.
Right. Yeah.
No, but he wouldn't cost 100 mil. That's first and foremost because it'd be probably 75 mil. 75.
It would not cost you 75 million. It'll be
Barcelona
18, 19 minimum. Well, you never know what's going to happen next year. Let's just assume 80 to 100 million in that range.
And the way things are, right, we could literally just pay it in installing advancements, right, that we did with Sancho.
No. If you ain't doing that at Barcelona, mate, they need the money now. Yeah, but Barcelona need money now. Barcelona ain't going to accept no installment plan. They're going to be like, no, we want money. Give us your money. And they ain't going to accept. No, I'm being fucking serious now. Mate, they're going to literally... What City did it with Grealish. Barcelona are going to sit there and go, you give us all the money now, or you're not having it. No way. We ain't accepting this £18 million a year. Fuck that. Not happening. You'd have to pay it all up front.
No, I wouldn't say they'd pay 80 million up top. I would say like probably 60 million and then...
Well, you're going to have to pay a fair chunk up front, if not all of it, because Barcelona need the money. So you need a DM. So you've also you spend 110 million on Harland once you add in all the fees.
If you're saying that, then why don't we trust Garner? James Garner last year as a contract. Are we not going to believe in him?
Do you want to know the best bit about him? He's rejected a deal. He doesn't know if he's going to get first team football, mate. So you might not have James Garner next year, mate. He might just walk out as well.
I know, I understand that.
I'd hate to
believe me. I don't want him to go. Genuinely, I don't want him to go. I do think that would
all be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's fault because he's not put him in before Fred and McTominay. play James Garner in front of either one of them. He'll do a good job. You trying to tell me that he does a bad? You try telling me he can do a good enough job as Fedor McTominay.
No, all he does deserve a tiny bit of blame. The fact that yes, he should be starting him. I mean, look, he's not going to play against a team like Man City because he's not that. I wouldn't say he's that good yet. But do
you play Manchester City every single week?
No. This is what I'm telling you. I would start him against teams like Southampton, Norwich, all them, right? All
okay, but Ollie hasn't. So Ollie does need a.
Well, we don't know yet. We don't know yet.
Ollie needs a lot of blame right now because he hasn't chosen to use Garner in any way, shape, or form.
Well, I mean, right now, how would you have started him in that Leeds game? I wouldn't.
I would have started him last season, mate. I'd have been starting him in game. I'd have been starting him in games against Burnley last season, mate.
I understand last season because we needed to see game time out of him, which
we did, yeah. But the thing now is,
I didn't play last season.
Well, no, I would have been playing him last season. I'd have been trying to sweeten the deal so I can get him on a 5-year deal and then out on loan this year. That's what I'd been doing. If I know a player's near the end of his deal, I chuck him in the first team. I make him feel important. I get a bit of what I need. I get him signing that new deal, and then I ship him out on loan for this year. Then I haven't got this problem, have I?
Sadly, that didn't happen, and
unfortunately, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's not as smart as me.
Oh my god, I'm not going to comment on that. I'm not going to comment on that. Anyway, look, I do want Garner to stay, but realistically, it is his choice. It is his career.
It appears you don't want Greenwood staying because you're picking Harland over Greenwood. So I'll pull the fuck off.
Yeah, I'm using your fucking logic against you, all right?
No, you're really not because you're trying to compare James Garner to a generational talent in Mason Greenwood. You're just making yourself
a generational talent, whether people want to deny it or not.
So is Mason Greenwood. Garner is not. Fucking hell.
You look at, like I said, most players.
I'm hearing that Mbappe is leaving. Mbappe won't leave this year.
No, he said he wants to leave, but I don't think he'll leave this year, though. I don't think so. He shouldn't, but.
I'm not even going to go there because you've just absolutely done yourself there. But we're not.
No. What do you mean?
You said he was joining.
Listen. For Mbappe. For Mbappe. If I was Mbappe, I wouldn't leave because he's part of the best team in Europe right now.
Just shush a second. I'm going through some comments. No. I'm going through. Believe it or not, I'm going to go to that comment because you've just absolutely done yourself, and you can sit there for a second and think about what you've just said. 1 minute. If Harland comes to United, he'll leave on a free in 5 years to Bayern. That's true.
Go to Bayern. I wouldn't say.
Well, he'll go somewhere for free. I think they should try and buy Harland. Should come to United in a few years. I don't think United do, but I want to go to Matt.
You won't go back to my point. All right.
We'll go to your point in a minute. I'm going to just let you stew on what you've just said.
It was good.
But no, RJ, you've just said that you think Mbappe's going to. You said that you don't think Mbappe. No, listen, you said that you just said that you don't think Mbappe's going to leave. Yet Real Madrid are going to buy him this year.
No,
makes sense.
But you did not let me. RJ,
well, she makes sense.
I will tell you right now.
Well, she makes sense of that in your head.
I know what I'm saying.
No, well, she makes sense of that in your head. I'm going to Matt.
Right, so stay there.
Right. Well, don't throw your toys out the pram because I'm also going to let Matt jump in, and then you can come in back after. He's just going to throw his toys out the pram. Go. Wow. He's actually thrown his toys out the pram. Unbelievable. Matt, go through some of them points. Because I do apologise, guys, that RJ has just decided to leave like that. I mean, that's the standard of throwing your toys out the pram. But
he didn't really make a point. He just kept saying. He just kept saying that Tottenham, Arsenal.
Yeah, but what do you make of the point that if you get in Harland, where's that leave Greenwood? Where would that leave Greenwood?
That leaves Greenwood out of our team indefinitely because you can't. You don't spend 70 million on a striker and bench him, do you? We're not City, so we're not going to be able to just say the Harland, you're playing second fiddle to Greenwood, that wouldn't want him to come, and then we can't convince Greenwood to stay. It just causes it's like the goalkeeper situation. It's exactly like the goalkeeper situation.
No. Do you think Greenwood would genuinely go if you brought in Harland?
Yeah, I think he'd force through a move.
Where to? City or Chelsea? One of them two.
And I don't know exactly who to.
But I think he'll want to stay in the Premier League. Now I don't think he has any interest. I don't think he has any interest of going abroad as of yet.
I think he sees that Southgate doesn't even pay attention to other types of leagues, so he would
exactly. He's probably going to be thinking of that as well. So that means he's going to one of your rivals. How hard would it be to watch Mason Greenwood in light blue or dark blue lifting up a Premier League trophy?
Fucking horrible. We'd have to give him a guard of honour and everything because he scored the winner against us every game we played against him.
Oh, absolutely. I'd have a great time. I'd have a great time watching him score goals against United. No, not because of you, Matt, but it would just be funny because I'll be there like, because I'm a Greenwood fan and I say this a lot. I'm a Greenwood fan. I can do this because I don't have a Premier League club. I am 100% Mason Greenwood. That's factually true, right? Yeah. But yeah, I would find it hysterically funny if Greenwood started banging in goals against you, especially if Ollie's still in charge, because it makes Ollie look like an absolute fucking idiot. The best bit would be if Greenwood stays at City or Chelsea for 10 years, Harland walks out for free and Mason Greenwood scores a goal after Harland's walked out for free.
Yeah, no, it's horrible to think of, but I genuinely think Greenwood's a better player than Harland as well. Overall, like the finishes Greenwood does and the creativity he has. Harland doesn't have any creativity. He's just he's a good striker, but he's
almost a pace merchant. He's almost it'll be interesting to see him in the Prem because everyone hypes him up saying he's going to do bits, but I just disagree. I don't think he would.
I think Greenwood's a far better player. In my opinion.
Yeah. No, I would agree. Forever Football says Football Forever says Greenwood should go in a few years if he doesn't get enough game time. He is a really good young player who needs game time. Well, unfortunately,
he actually just left.
I think he's just genuinely left. I'm not even gonna bother. I mean, at the end of the day, I said they'll go straight back to him after, but no. I mean, look. He said that Mbappe wasn't going to leave this summer, and then Real Madrid's going to buy him. It makes sense that what he will. Matt was there. Matt heard it. RJ just is what it is. But yeah, it's a shame that RJ didn't want to have a civilized debate about this and actually made some points. He made, for me, I'm trying to debunk a lot of his points, but a lot of his points were just this club can't get him, this club can't get him. It's just like a load of clubs that just don't want Harland, apparently. Which I think is just madness. Because I think if Mbappe does go to Real Madrid for free, why can't they have Mbappe and Harland?
Yeah,
they could just get both.
Mbappe's not the same player as Greenwood. Like he can drift it. He can happily play on the right left.
Yeah, and I'm sure he'd do a great job on the right for Real Madrid. Or Real Madrid could play them both up front. You never know. They could play a 4-4-2 diamond or whatever weird shit.
Can play on the right, but you're not going to drop Sancho for Greenwood on the right.
No, you're not going to drop a £72 million player for Greenwood, are you?
You're not going to drop Rashford either, because
exactly.
Rashford.
So where does Greenwood fit in if you get Harland? He just doesn't.
He doesn't. Yeah.
Which is a shame. We were going to do 50 minutes of chat, but I don't think you've got anything. And we were going to do four team a week, but to be frankly honest, I didn't expect these debates to last that long. It does appear that RJ isn't coming back, so I'll shout his socials out for him. Please do go find RJ on Robotic Jaguar on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and on TikTok now. All Robotic Jaguar. If you links aren't his link in the description, but if you go onto United Show, RJ's link is in the description, so do check him out there. Aaron Forever Football at DRFC. Make sure you check him out on YouTube at Aaron_Chandler on Twitter. I'm not sure where it is on Instagram. if you want to follow him. Lewis, where can they find you, mate?
You can find me on YouTube Post Sports, and you can find me on Twitter at LewisPlay160.
What about you, Matt? Where can they find you?
Just MSC6921 on Twitter.
Perfect, mate. Well, we're going to be back tomorrow. We've got with reaction to Argyle Cambridge, which didn't end too great, but Gillespie can go back to Australia. Australia. I think that's where we picked him up from. He can fuck off back there. What else have we got tomorrow? Liverpool show is on Thursday now. We've got a Liverpool show on Thursday, so make sure you tune in for that one.
Got the United show Friday unless RJ disappears.
Well, we'll have the United show. I hope RJ's still hosting it. I'm sure me and Matt will put something in the group chat in about 5 minutes' time. Find out what the hell happened there. He might not respond to us. But yes, we'll be back then. I don't think there's anything else on tomorrow. There might be. You never know. An EFL show is back on the First Exile Thursday, so make sure you tune in on that. I don't think there's anything tomorrow. Don't think so. But yeah, until then, guys, thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. But until then, peace out and take care, guys.